everyone, and welcome to another episode of Web3 Masterminds. This time we have, of course, for protocol with us, and then we also have Kevin from Quiz Arena joining us, and I am really looking forward to this conversation. Welcome, Kevin.
Hi, thanks for inviting me.
It's great to have you here with us. So please tell me a little bit about Quiz Arena. What was the idea behind it and what exactly are you doing over there?
Okay, so Quiz Arena is a game where you can learn and earn money simultaneously. Okay, so why we built Quiz Arena? I mean, the team and I, we have an idea of back in the days when we are still studying. We have been pondering the idea of what if we can learn while earning money. So I mean, that's the start of the idea that lead to the creation of Quiz Arena. So we have been thinking about this, and since the outbreak of COVID-19, then we saw a rise in learning adoption, e-learning adoption rate, which is why we are planning, and we felt that the current e-learning space is not fully equipped with the infrastructure to cater to the e-learning demand, which is why we are planning to launch a new learning environment, which is termed as Quiz Arena, whereby you can cater to the learning needs of everyone. And we have a missions whereby we are planning to bring education and gamify. We are combining them together to foster an inclusive community that provide equitable quality education for all. Because we felt that not everyone have the equal opportunity or access to quality education online. So we are planning, our mission is to create a decentralized platform and ecosystem that ultimately adds social value and impact to our community and improving the overall quality of life for everyone.
Okay, that's amazing. I really like your concept there, because over here in Forward as well, we actually have a very soft spot for education. That is our first niche that we're going to be focusing on anyway. Just Forward Protocol is basically a WordPress for Web3. We want to make everyone who wants to able to use blockchain without practically even knowing that they're using blockchain. They can just go in our platform, go in our protocol, choose whatever they want to fit their use case and deploy it with very little development time and very little cost. And education is where we originally started from. We wanted to decentralize and democratize education because, just as you said, Kevin, there's very unequal opportunities in the education space. So we want to help everyone get the education that they need to move forward in their lives. So that is definitely something that we have in common.
Yes, I will agree that, because we feel that, Forward Protocol is developing a easy to use toolkit for everyone to connect into the blockchain space. And for Quiz Arena, we are trying to bring more awareness into the blockchain knowledge as well, because I feel that the current community, they are afraid of the blockchain technology, which led to much fear of adopting blockchain. So if we can bring this knowledge to a greater audience and understand the fundamentals of blockchain and the security behind it and the problem that it can solve, I believe that blockchain technology is the future that we will go forward to.
Yeah, definitely. I totally agree with you. So let me ask you, how did you originally come up with the idea? What was the vision behind it? What caused you to create Quiz Arena to focus on decentralizing education, the education sector?
Yeah, because identify three major areas whereby that needs to be addressed of, and we felt that the current educational policy, the decision making behind it is too centralized, because all these decision making are mostly driven by local authority. So I mean, the government policy, they will set out the direction for the country that they want to go into, and after much discussion, they will come up with policy that is suitable for their economy. And we felt that by the time that this decision are made, is too slow to adapt to the ever-changing economy. Like, you know, that blockchain and cryptocurrency, they are moving at a very fast pace, and I feel that our regulator are not keeping up to the current trend, which is why there's a huge demand for, I mean, blockchain developer and other developer in the blockchain space. So I mean, we want to remove that decentralized decision making through Chris Arena, whereby our community will form the DAO and the I mean the decentralized autonomous organization, whereby they can vote, they can collectively vote together and pass the policy that they wish to implement, and you can move forward at a faster pace. So other than the centralized decision making, we also identify that the current education system are too structured in a way that they are mostly academic driven, whereby the content structure is more focused on memory based. So I mean the exams,
totally
all the curriculum, yeah, they are still focused on the industrial base, whereby it's focusing on the memory work, and we feel that there's a lack of creativity and other innovative mindset. So we want to unlock that potential in everyone, whereby when individuals, they are able to freely think and innovate and adapt to the current situation. So we want to teach them the ability to do this as well. So we are focusing more on the social intelligence of individual and building up their networking skills, so that they are better prepared for the future, and they are not being easily replaced by AI and machines. Because we feel that all the current situation now is like all the knowledge that we learn now, they are being easily replaced. The generation now to be more equipped with this skill set, they are not easily replaced by the AIs. And the next thing is, lastly, we feel that education is more, the current education system is more catered to the privileged, in a sense, because if you are from a more privileged education background, your family will have more resources to supplement your learning, whereby you can take other extracurricular courses outside your learning schedule, which limits, I mean, so in a sense that you are more exposed to opportunity outside the school environment, which is, we felt that it's unfair for everyone, as we felt that knowledge should be shared among everyone, free knowledge. I mean, like blockchain itself, all the source code, everything is open source. So we want to continue to foster the idea and spread it throughout the world. We do not wish to allow certain people in the population to be of control of such knowledge and benefit from them. So we are breaking that barrier down by introducing Chris Arena, and Chris Arena has several plans on how we're going to approach that.
Okay, please tell us a little bit. I'm really looking forward to hearing more about it, because we have very, very similar mentalities, very, very similar visions. So please tell me a little bit more about it.
Yeah, so firstly, I mean, Chris Arena will be planning to launch a game. I mean, we have several stages of development going on. So we are planning to launch a game whereby we can simplify the learning process and also ignite the learning interest in every individual, whereby they feel that learning is an easy task to do and they are more willing to go deeper into the learning. So after the game, we are on the progress in the midst of developing our next stage, where we Quiz Arena Academy, whereby we'll be providing free online materials for everyone to learn. So we'll start off with blockchain technology, like what are the current blockchain that are out there. So we'll write up some basic knowledge, general knowledge for everyone to learn. And if they are interested, we also have some paid online courses whereby they can attend. And after they have completed the course, we will give them a certificate that is as a form of NFT to certify that they have completed the online learning courses. So I mean, yeah, then after a few years of running the operation in the game and Quiz Arena Academy, we are planning to launch the DAO, whereby the community have the decision to drive the direction of the learning materials, that what is supposed to be learned during that time, and they can cast their votes on what is more important according to the current market strategy. So yeah, this is the plan that we are going forward to, and we are hoping that in the future, the community will be driving all the directions that Quiz Arena has started out at first, and grow it even bigger and spread out to the rest of the world.
Okay, that's amazing. That's very interesting. So let me ask you, how exactly do you plan to diversify the education method? Are you going to be providing specific content around, specific subjects? How are you going to organize the process?
We can organize them by age. So we have courses for preschool, elementary, junior high, high school, tertiary, and working adults. So we'll go by different age. For the preschool, we are more focused on gamification learning, so they can play the game while learning. You do not want to introduce too much words or what. We want to use images and stuff and building materials to let the child be engaged in learning themselves, and also they can learn together with their friends. Yes, so other than the game, you are also considering building a 3D metaverse whereby everyone can enter the metaverse and they can build and play and learn and share their ideas within the metaverse, whereby it's a space for people to share and learn. So after the preschool, so for the junior high, they are mostly they are on the transition phase so we'll start to introduce more quiz game, more subject-based learning like English, maths, history, general knowledge, that kind of subjects for them to learn by themselves and also to learn as a class. Yeah, so we'll move according to that, and as the learner age increase, we will also cater to their difficulty, whereby we'll introduce more technical knowledge. And once they reach the tertiary level, is like whereby they have the free will to choose between what they want to learn. For the blockchain technology, we have different programming codes for different blockchain layers, and they also have digital marketing, social media marketing, designing skills, animations, 3D art, that kind of software. We will have a lot of courses cater to different needs to the current market trends. So all the courses are ever changing. For the next few years, we foresee that these are the more in-demand courses that currently the market is lacking, and we feel that this is the market gap that we can fulfill with Quiz Arena. So there are some of the courses that I can highlight to you.
Okay. Actually, the way that we approached it is kind of similar, especially for education. But we decided that we want to provide the technology, so that any online learning platform or any traditional institution, even we have partners like the Cambridge and Oxford Blockchain University. We have partners like Singularity University, South Africa, and many more platforms, online learning platforms, that they're going to be using our technology to make, firstly, to come, onto the blockchain, and then to make their process more democratized and make their content more interesting. And I think that gamification is definitely something that is going to be the main, focus of the future for education. We also have a future that's called learn to earn. So basically, you take something like play to earn that a lot of games have, but we move it to the education sector, so they can basically earn as they learn. They can complete their education and at the same time, provide an income. And with the way that we have structured it, with like a very fractionalized economy, where everything, like even a comment, even something that you do in the ecosystem of our protocol, it gets rewarded in the long run, even after a long time. And that little payment just can amount to like a substantial income after a while for a fractionalized economy like for protocol. So I really like how close we are in that regard.
I feel that learn to earn is a new concept. Yeah, I mean, Chris Arena, we also started out. I mean, we are one of the few projects that adopt this concept of model, whereby we reward the community with we reward the community as they learn and earn. So I mean, I see that Chris Arena and For Protocol, we have a similar idea whereby we are the few pioneers project that believe in this model and is the next model to go in the future, because we truly agree that as your education knowledge grow, the more you understand about the technology and the more you believe in it, and you are more willing to accept and introduce more to your family and friends so that they can come in on board on this revolutionary idea whereby it can change their life in the future.
That is very true. That is very true. So you also mentioned DAOs before. Do you think that model of not just blockchain projects, but in general, that model of organization is going to be mainstream in the future? Do you think we're going to see decentralized organizations like corporations that we normally see take a more decentralized approach and becoming DAOs, like big companies and whatnot?
I believe that community-driven projects, definitely they will be DAOs in the future, because DAOs is a very new concept whereby if it's not structured out carefully, I mean now or in the future, you will expose the DAO to like potential hacks of the so I mean there are some security that will need to be in place. So Chris, right now we are trying to build a system first whereby is hack proof, whereby hackers are not easily gaining access into our treasury fund of our DAO, whereby because we have a treasury fund whereby the community can decide on how the treasury is being, the assets in the treasury are being spent. Yeah, so I mean we will need to set up the system in place first, and we will need to test out the system to show that it's running safe before we will give it out to our community. So unless they can solve this issue, I feel that the adoption rate of DAO is not moving at a fast pace enough, whereby I feel that most of the big corporation in the big corporation out there, they are still not willing to give out the decision making to the community, and they feel that they have because the first thing is the community, they will need to have a good experience in the area that the DAO is in. Yeah, I mean like in finance, so if the community they are able to gather a board of advisory that have like 10 or 20 years in the finance sector and they form a DAO, I feel that that DAO is in the safe hands of the people. So yeah, so the first thing is we will need to see more and more experienced people coming out of their jobs and then forming a DAO and lead the team, lead the community behind decision making and proposing of ideas. So I mean the concept of DAO is still young and new. So we will see more DAOs coming up, but at the current rate is going, people are still skeptical about DAO because due to most of the recent hacks from Axie, whereby their DAO got hacked, that kind of stuff. So I mean, it's not a good news for the community to hear, but it's also a learning opportunity for us that we need to be aware of the potential loophole in the system, and we can reinforce them so that we are more prepared for the future.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only way that the concept of DAOs can really develop, right? Through trial and error, I guess. If we don't expose the vulnerabilities that are in place right now, we can't really, eliminate them and improve the model. So how exactly do you go about into making Quiz Arena into a DAO? What are some factors that you take under consideration? What model are you going to use for it?
Yeah, I mean, we can. So firstly, so most of the decision making of the spending will be decided by the team for start until we feel that the community itself is matured to drive the direction of Quiz Arena, and we will slowly release the decision making of the DAO. Yeah, so the first thing whereby to govern our DAO is our Quiz Arena token. So as our community mature and they believe in the model of Quiz Arena, the community members itself, they will buy and hold more Quiz Arena tokens, whereby it will increase their overall voting rights of the decision making. So I mean, until then, the majority of the voting right is still we held with the team, because we felt that the community now is still new and they are not mature to the idea of learn to earn, and we are still waiting for more experienced individual to step out of the community and take charge in their respective areas. Like we are looking for people who can come out and create content, propose content, share their views, share their opinion on what are the current system like, what are the expected knowledge that the people should be learning, and what are the route they should be taking in the future. So we want to see more and more individuals step out of their zone and going into crypto space to share their knowledge. Yes. Okay. So I mean, we will take a few years to reach that stage whereby Quiz Arena is a DAO, but we are looking forward to that end goal whereby the whole Quiz Arena project is driven by our community, and it can grow and prosper from then on.
Okay, very interesting. And you also mentioned that you are thinking of creating a metaverse. Do you think that the metaverse in general is going to, decouple from the cryptocurrency space and form a new and separate industry? It's a very, hot word right now, metaverse, and we're just beginning to understand exactly what it is and how it will look like in the future. We all talk about the metaverse, but right now the metaverse is like very limited in use cases, in utility. So I'd like to know your thoughts about this.
I believe that metaverse itself is an industry per se, whereby, I mean, because when you see in the 2D world, we have seen a lot of metaverse whereby sim cities where you can create, talk to people, mingle around and social with other people. So I mean, that's the form of metaverse in the 2D in our current space. Yeah, so I believe that in the future, as the development in like 3D equipment is more developed and more affordable to everyone, we will see more and more people going into the 3D space and interact within that environment. So I mean, cryptocurrency is a form of an instrument that is being integrated into the metaverse, whereby you can facilitate transaction, because we feel that in the future metaverse you'll see a lot of transaction going on, and cryptocurrency, I mean blockchain technology is the most secure and fast technology out there, able to handle such transaction rate. And yes, so
Okay. And how exactly do you see the metaverse evolving in the next years? Like, because right now a lot of industries are starting to jump in. For example, we have a partner, Navid Musa, who is a real estate agent, and we were talking about it a few days ago, and it was very interesting that he mentioned, some people are starting to have like open houses, but on the metaverse. So basically, people from around the world can just go and walk in the house on the metaverse and see it and can buy it that way. So I think it can really revolutionize a lot of sectors. Even, for example, retail. If you want to buy a clothes, just go, on the metaverse. You try it on, you see, and then you can buy it right there and then. So e-shopping might change as well. Do you think that is something that is going to happen, or do you see any potential risks with the metaverse as a technology and as a new trend, let's say?
I see several projects whereby they offer people to go into the shopping mall, whereby they can view the shopping mall in 3D environment. They can visit the shops. They can even make purchase of the shop out there. Because now currently the e-commerce system is like 2D. So the next step will be we can put on our virtual goggle and we can walk throughout the metaverse in the shopping mall, whereby you can shop, you can see people walking around, and you can even go into different other shopping center around the world. So that's the next. I already seen some project that is venturing and they are investing in the idea, and it might take time for the product to be mature and roll out to the community, but this is definitely one of the way to go. And as you know that we have seen some of the artists, they host their concert online in Sandbox. Yes. So it's already done, and people are more receptive to the idea of going into virtual environment and communicate and talk to other people. Yeah, so we will see more and more application of Meta, like 3D environment, whereby people can like you mentioned, people will go down to view the real estates, and once they are interested, and they can maybe book an appointment to go down in person to see the real thing. So they more or less know what they are buying into. Yes, and then for our Cryptopolitan, because we are looking into building a education metaverse whereby you can host seminars, like classes, online classes, or maybe conference, whereby people of like-minded, they can come in to share their knowledge. They can talk to people. They can interact with others, share their ideas. And like for kids, because they feel that there are certain limitations to preschool where you can build or what you can play around with that environment. Like, it's all restricted by the preschool resources on how the kid can explore themselves. So in the metaverse, whereby the kid basically can do anything they want, and they're able to fully tap into their creativity and create something that is possible in the 3D world, but not possible in real life. So we are moving towards a more 3D world whereby anything is possible in the environment, whereby anyone can be anything. You can be a singer, you can be a football player, or maybe you want to become anything you want in that environment. Yes,
it's a very interesting idea indeed. It's going to be very life-changing, I think. I feel like Quiz Arena is very much focused on like changing, impacting life in a meaningful way. So I was wondering, do you think that social tokens are another way that our lifestyle can change? Do you think that that is something that is going to have a meaningful impact on people's life? Because right now social tokens are, have been around for a while, but right now they're being mainstream and a lot of people are starting to use them. So what do you think is the future for them, and how do you think they're going to fit into the society?
Yes, most we feel that the concept behind social token is to empower the community, and for our Chris Arena tokens, we have elements of the social token whereby community who owns our token have a right to create, to vote, to decide on what they want, because ultimately social token is to empower the community whereby, because we want, because the current industry whereby is not benefiting the creators, because the creator, they will need to go through a studio, and the studio they will create and they will take a profit of the creators and they will share it to them, which I mean feel that is too restricting for the creators, whereby some creators, they are more popular and they will tend to make more money than the other creator. They are the more of the less popular. So we are more or less, so with the introduction of social token, we will bring everyone into a same playing field whereby everyone have equal opportunity to create, to show their ideas, and let the community decide what is truly in trend. And yeah, so I mean, so we have unlocked the playing field whereby everyone is given the opportunity to create whatever they want and profit from them, and the cycle will just keep on repeating itself.
Okay.
Yeah, and the next thing is social token also enables brands, like people who have brands, like to go roll out to the community and share the idea with them, and also it can be a form of income and motivation for the creators to continue doing what they believe in and bring out more ideas and products for the community to benefit from them.
Interesting. Okay, that is I agree. That is something that we are definitely going to see more and more in the future. And being in the in the education sector, I feel like there's definitely a connection there that social tokens can be used for the advancement and betterment of education. So that is going to be a very nice mix there.
Yes, yeah, I mean, because the community, people who are experienced in their sector, after they retire, they can come out to share their experience and their knowledge, and they can come out with their online courses with that, and they can even sell those online courses and gain some of the revenue that is being generated through their courses. So I mean, social token is a form of payment for them to encourage them that you're contributing back to the community, and the community is rewarding you for the effort that we have put in. So it's a good cycle in a sense whereby more and more people are more willing to share their ideas and bring out to everyone, and people will more likely to learn from them because they know that they are industry expert, like people with 20 years or more in that sector, sharing their views, their trade secrets that they found out during their course of work, that kind of stuff. Yeah, which I mean, some of the courses and some of the experience that you don't normally find in the traditional learning space. Yeah, so we also, I mean, social token also is a platform for people to share their ideas and connect with everyone, other than their within their social circle. So it unlocks the whole range whereby they are connected with the whole world, and they can share their ideas with the rest of the world easily through Metaverse, whereby say they can host their conference whereby they will be talking about a topic, and they can invite different panels or speakers of the similar areas in the sector, and they can share their ideas and invite people to come in to listen to their conference. And yes,
Yeah,
I mean,
that is valid. That is very valid. Okay, so I cannot not ask this question because of even the title of the talk show, Web3 Masterminds. So I really want to hear your thoughts on Web3. What do you think is the future for Web3? Do you think it's going to replace Web2 completely? Do you see any problems with Web3 that you would like to see resolved in the future?
I believe that Web3 will eventually replace Web2, but I mean, there are certain limitations that we will need to address first before we can reach that stage. Like, I feel that now currently the term Web3 is being used too often, and I feel that people are often misled to the idea of Web3, whereby, because now currently Web3 is supposed to be decentralized, whereby nobody is in control of anything and is fully driven by the community. And from the recent news that we heard from the sanction that US sanctioned Russia, whereby OpenSea and Metamask, they are banning users over at Russia. So we feel that this is not what the Web3 that we expected, whereby, because Metamask initially they announced that they are fully decentralized, whereby there's no centralized people behind controlling their decision making, but clearly this is not the case. So I feel that our current internet system is still within the Web2 structure. So if we are able to break through this centralized network, then we will be moving towards the area of Web3, whereby our internet is decentralized. It's not hosted by any local telecommunication company, which are tagged to the law of the country that set the regulations and the rest of the world. So we will need to see more development going on in the internet connectivity, and from then on we can see the real true Web3, whereby everything is decentralized and everyone is able to use all the application that is being built on Web3.
Yeah, I think what you said is very accurate. A lot of times we think about Web3 as if we focus too much on the technology and not enough in the in the mentality that the term Web3 carries, that we need to focus on the decentralization and stop trying to control things, try to control information, try to control the way that we act and interact with each other. So I think that is, if we do manage to crack that code, then that is going to be the true Web3 that we are all talking about, but we don't really experience right now, other than in very few instances. So yeah, that is very true.
Yeah, I mean that we are taking baby steps towards the idea of decentralization. So I mean, we are building slowly, bit by bit at a time. But I believe that we will eventually reach the stage whereby it's fully decentralized and everyone can use it anywhere they want, and without the constraint of a centralized authority, whereby it will restrict the access of certain individuals that holds political reason against them and the rest of the world.
Do you think there is also a danger there that there's literally going to be no control? Anything is possible, anything is available, maybe to the wrong people. So do you think that that is something that we'll have to live with if we want to enjoy decentralization?
I mean, there will be we need to strike a balance between like people with malicious intent and people with true intent that benefit the community. Yeah, I mean, because decentralized, once the whole thing is decentralized, we are more prone to hacks with people that are out there intending to destroy the system and then create fear and also create a bubble whereby this idea is a scam and people should not believe in this. And that just stick back to the traditional idea whereby the centralized authority is more secure, more safe, and we are more protected in a sense. So, I mean, we'll need several layers of security whereby not a single community that is large enough to disrupt the whole ecosystem. So, I mean, different people around the world, they can form their own DAOs, and every country can have their own DAOs whereby individual country, they are their own DAO itself, and collectively we are part of a bigger picture whereby people from around countries, they will hold certain rights to decide what is correct to share with the rest of the world and what is not. So I mean, we can have separate different chains to create that kind of security. So it's also, I mean, the idea of decentralization is also scary whereby everything is being disclosed to everyone. So I mean, rather than focusing more on the bad side of decentralization, we should feel that, I mean, with education, we can bring the awareness of certain risks in this kind of technology, and once people are more aware of these risks, they will be more aware of what they are going into, and they can make better decisions on whether or not to be a part of this ecosystem. So it is something that we can't run away with, but it's something that we have to deal with it if we are going towards the world of decentralization.
That is very true. Yeah, I completely agree with you. Okay, so as our time is running out, I would like you to tell me in general what you think, if I had to ask you to associate blockchain with just one word, to tell me one word that comes to your mind when I say the word blockchain, what would that be?
It would be freedom. I mean, you are free to do, because we have the freedom to create, to learn, to let our ideas flow out, and also realize our idea and bring it to life. So, I mean, I was a non-believer of blockchain in the past, but as the time goes and I do more of my reading and my research, I feel that blockchain is an idea that is one that I should have believed long time ago and benefited from it. So I mean, that's why we also started out with Chris Arena, whereby we want to share this knowledge, want to bring this knowledge out to everyone and feel that this is something that is real and is going to be even bigger in the future. And we do not want people to be left behind because they are not aware and they are not, I mean, they don't have the access to the knowledge of these materials whereby, and they just based on rumors and comments from individuals or maybe news to say that blockchain is not secure, that kind of stuff. So we are trying to teach people with technology, with Chris Arena, whereby we will give them all the information, all the facts they are supposed to know, and they can learn from it. And we will also teach them how to think, and then what's the thought process like, and what kind of chain of thought they should have. And they can, from then on, they can use these skills to come up with their own conclusion and they can make their own decision. Yeah.
Okay, that's very well said. Thank you so much, Kevin, for being with me and for sharing all your insights. I have thoroughly enjoyed our conversation, and I'm really looking forward to what Quizaren is going to do in the future.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you for inviting me.
Well, you know, our our audience is going to be very grateful for everything you share with us so far. And thank you again. Have a great day. Bye.
Okay, yes. I believe that the community from Chris Arena is also looking forward with us integrating the toolkit from Forward Protocol, whereby we can easily allow our community to create and integrate the system into Chris Arena. Yeah, so we are looking forward with the future collaboration with Forward Protocol.
Amazing, amazing. I'm sure we're going to, have an amazing collaboration and bring a lot of interesting things to the community. Thank you. Thank you, Kevin.
Yeah.